welcome. Welcome and thank you for joining me. My name is Vivian and this is your 30-minute foam Rollerama. I'll be using the regular foam roller. Mine is the standard, whatever that is, 36 inches long and about 6 inches in diameter. I'm having it down here at the end of my mat. At the end of my mat. All right, so if you're just coming on board, I'll be using the foam roller and I'm starting by standing at the end of my mat. Now, if you are somebody who has got a lot of dance training or maybe a lot of Pilates training, then you're probably standing in Pilates V. I'm going to encourage you to stand in parallel. Turning your feet into a parallel position, rise onto your toes and down a few times. While today's focus is spine mobility, spine strengthening, and helping to improve your posture, we're going to begin by assessing your posture, your balance, and alignment while standing. Come on up onto your toes, and then come on down. Each time you come on up to your toes, feel your heels lifting to their highest position. Lift your heels to their highest position. I'll come down one more time, and then arrive at the top. Keep yourself vertical, pull your shoulders back, and draw your abdominals in. Turn your head one direction one time, and then turn your head in the other direction one time, and fight for it. Fight through your ankles and through your inner thighs, through your hips and your trunk. Turning your head once again, one side, and turn your head to the other. Come all the way down to flat foot, and we'll do what's called the roll down, starting with your chin at your chest. We will come all the way down, and for a moment, stretch out the low back. Try not to be too stressful about it. Bend both knees softly and straighten both legs. Bend both knees softly and straighten both legs. Come halfway up so that your body is bent from the hip. Then come all the way down. I'm going to knees bent and straight legs one more time, using gravity to help assist your hamstring stretch. Come halfway up. Your hands can be on your thighs. We'll go all the way down, and this time rise onto the toes with your knees bent and feet flat. Rise onto your toes and heels up and then feet flat. Last time, raise your heels, bend your knees, and flat back, returning to the flat back position. This time, I'm walking all the way forward, coming into your plank position, holding plank. Be aware of your shoulders and your shoulder blades. I'm sinking the chest and lifting the chest a number of times. Now, my body is still as stiff as a board, the plank. Pull your abdominals up tightly and sink and lift. If you find that this is just too difficult or you feel too heavy on your hands, then come down to your knees. I am sinking and lifting as I find my shoulder blades and open the shoulder blades. Just two more times here, sink and lift. Now, come to seated. Have a seat, and I'll change my camera angle just a little bit. Have a seat and have your roller beside you. We worked on spine mobility in the forward flexion. Now, working on spine mobility in the sideways flexion, also called lateral. So, regardless of how you're holding the roller, it's important that you feel the stretch. We'll just do one more. This is one of my favorite Pilates exercises that we do here on the floor. When you rotate, move the foam roller. This replicates an exercise that we often do on the reformer. Push and pull. At the moment of your farthest extent, the extension, you should feel a diagonal stretch down the side of your back. Diagonal. Here we go one more time. Press and return. Bring the foam roller to the other side, sitting nice and tall. Begin with just some preliminary warming up, limbering of your spine. Stay very aware and vigilant, keeping your tailbone anchored. I'm not cueing a whole lot of breathing here, but you know, keep breathing. Stretch. This is the time I come over with rotation. Turn your body, adjust the roller minimally, and push with both arms. Notice that when you push with both arms, one arm is getting most of the effect. Press and return. Bring the foam roller in front, limbering the spine yet again forward. Begin by nodding your chin down to the chest. Pull your abdominals in like you've just been karate chopped. Come forward. Keep sinking your head as deeply as you can. I will lower my head now. Breathe, 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 and come back. Come back to seated, stacking your vertebrae one on top of the other. When we begin again, begin by nodding your chin down to your chest, as if diving your head down toward your ankles, and push the roller as far forward as you can. Coming backward, rounded back, very much upright and vertical. Now I'm going to leave the roller beside me and turn sideways. The next spine direction is backwards, which we call spine extension. So for now, keep your knees bent and feet flat. If you're comfortable on the palms of your hands, that's my suggestion. If it's necessary, come to the knuckles. All I want to do now is open the chest and then collapse to start over. Inhale, open the chest, and you can think exhale to relax. Start over. Inhale, squeezing the shoulder blades behind your back, and then exhale. Do it again and notice that you are also rocking forward on your tailbone and butt bones, and then rocking backwards off your tailbone and butt bones. Inhale, expand your chest. Exhale, draw your belly in. Here's the last one. Arrive as tall as you can. Now, I am going to continue to keep my leg that's closest to the camera in place and slide the other leg underneath. Here I am with my legs crossed. We'll be doing a rotation stretch. You know this as slicing your arm down, pressing the arm against your thigh, create resistance. Hand on the floor, pushing down and rotate. Ooh. And then come on up. I'm simply going to switch legs just to save time. There's supposed to be some choreography in there, but today, since we're working on foam roller and spine mobility, let's focus on spine mobility right now. Rotate, use your arm, and press against your thigh. Woohoo! And then return. So now, as I place my foam roller behind me, perpendicular, I have to sort of guess that it's going to be right about where my neck is when I roll back. Take your time because you may have misjudged how long is your spine. A little longer than that, huh? All right, I'm scooting down a little bit, and my head is supported. My pelvis is in neutral, which means that the front plane, the surface, is flat. My feet are also flat and parallel. I'm not using any stress through my feet at all. I'll be turning my head now. Your spine, you probably already know this, is consistent of about 24 vertebrae. And there are 7 here at your neck. 7 vertebrae at the neck. And we are turning our head from side to side. Try to stay stationary through the shoulders and the arms, and try not to push with your arms. That's not necessary. Turn your head. From here, nod your head and lift your head for just a moment, and then all the way down. Because this is a Pilates-based class, I do want to include roll down and roll up. Right now, we are rehearsing how to lift your head. Begin with the chin nodding toward your chest. Look forward across the plateau, and then come on up, down. As you exhale, coming up. This time, I am grabbing the foam roller. I'll lift my head, then straighten my arms, and exhale to the upright position. Now, the foam roller is simply an accessory, but it is a nice width, and you can hold on to the ends, put your head down on the floor, and continue with the arms. As you open the chest, and then lift your head, lift your torso, and use a strong set of abdominals. Sitting up straight, roll back off the butt bones, off your sits bones, and arrive on sacrum, lumbar, ribs, shoulder blades, including the back of your head. The arms continue, and there's a mild stretch in the armpits. Here we go again. Rolling up. This time sit up straight, completely straight. Come halfway back and pause at halfway. Turn your body to me, and then turn your body away. This is all trunk rotation. Be sure to go as far as you can, but don't hold your breath, moving within your own personal range of motion. Here's the last one. As you exhale, rotate. Come to the center and put the roller down so that it ends up right at the bottom of your ribs as you roll back. Now, the bottom of the ribs is difficult to locate because sometimes you could be too low at the bottom of the last rib. We don't want to be that low. Find the shoulder blades, the bottom border of the shoulder blades, and stay within that range. It could be 2, 3, 4, 6 inches depending on how long your spine is. So I am from shoulder blades bottom to the rib cage near the bottom. And with my hips off the floor, I can use my legs to power me back and forth. In a moment, I'll stop when my shoulder blades are on the roller and lower my hips. With my arms straight, clasp your hands together. Now my arms are straight, but not directly above my face, just slightly forward. Keeping your feet stationary will be twisting, so come to me. My pelvis is grounded. I am not lifting my hips off the floor. I'll return through center and go to the other side. If you take a quick look, you'll see this is my hip lifted, and instead keep your hip down. Once more, rolling from shoulder blade to shoulder blade, feeling that tactile information, the biofeedback you get from the foam roller. With a twist and keep your hip down. Finally, you can lower your arms, but carefully lower your head. If you're feeling pain, if this is not worth it, don't do it, because we'll do something similar in a moment. Open, and there's a bit of an arc in your spine extension. Your head is very heavy, and I don't need to tell you that, but be sure you can support this heavy weight of your head. Now, lifting your head, come all the way to seated, and we'll change the position of the roller. Place the foam roller down the middle of the mat. Very much scrutinize that it's in the center. Come to sitting at the absolute end. Here is that alternative that I promised, expanding across the chest. I am sitting at the absolute end, and I'm just going to repeat that. Sit at the absolute end of the foam roller. Grounding your feet, pulling your abs back. Don't look at the camera, rounding backward. On a typical day in which I might be teaching a longer foam roller class, we would have rolled up and rolled down a number of times. Today, we just did one, and we'll arrive and place your elbows on the floor. Please be sure that your head is also secure on the foam roller and it isn't hanging off the back end. Walk your feet in a little closer, plant your feet a little wider than your hips. Using your legs as your source of power, move your body from side to side. Now, some of my clients suffer from vertigo. I've got 2 of those clients, and they don't like this because it sort of sets off their vertigo. Keep that in mind. Don't set off your vertigo, all right? Arrive. My shoulder blades are certainly on the foam roller. My arms are certainly down on the floor. Your elbows are bent. Take a moment to relax. Those of you who exercise frequently and you know to stretch afterwards, you also know that stretching can take 20 to 30 or 40 seconds to finally release the muscles that you're trying to affect. In this case, we're trying to open all of our chest muscles, including the fronts of the shoulders possibly. So rest for a moment. While your upper body is resting, let's do some dancing with the feet. Walk your feet in a little bit narrower so that you're in a very narrow parallel stance. Straighten one leg. Now try to straighten the leg as best you can. When you bend your knee, simply cross your ankle onto your thigh. Straighten the leg again. Is it straight? and then lower your leg down. So we'll do this again. Second leg, straight. Cross the ankle onto your thigh, straighten again, and replace your foot on the floor. I took up some time there using choreography for the legs so that your shoulders, your shoulder blades, and your chest can relax. There should be a feeling like you melted on the roller. So now listen, bend your elbows and begin to, slow motion, send your arms up toward the ceiling. Keep your shoulder blades on the roller, which is why we're moving in slow motion. I'll be sinking my shoulder blades deeply, intending to leave a, like a dent, a shoulder blade dent in my roller. And then I get to launch my arms, shoulder blades off the roller. Please be sure you make that distinction. Now you may have noticed, wait, this is similar to when we were in plank. Ha! She is so clever. So this shoulder blade action is called protraction and retraction. And whether you're new to this or you've been doing this for a really long time and you never knew the names, it doesn't really matter, the action names. But what I am doing is overreaching, overextending, and then I'm pulling back. Pull it back, shoulder blades squeezing the roller. Stay there and concentrate on balancing now and engage your deep, low abs. Harness your abdominals. Now, remember straightening that one leg up to the ceiling? Let's go there. Bending that knee and crossing your ankle on your thigh. Don't fall. And then straightening your leg and replacing your foot. I just had a feeling like you needed to know. Don't fall. This is leg number 2. Straighten out your leg. Oh, suddenly out from Texas. Cross your ankle on your thigh. And then, straighten the leg again up to the ceiling. Lower it down. Now my arms are going to split. One arm forward and one arm backward. And don't worry, I'm not creating any combinations. I really want to think about now spine stabilization while your scapulas are mobile. You still want to keep those scapulas, those are your shoulder blades, away from your ears. Don't shrug your shoulders, but still we can work on mobility of your arm and shoulders down away from your ears and core stabilization. What? While keeping your abdominals pulled in nice and tight. All right, one more. And then you get one more opportunity to just rest the arms. This should be a go-to position. If you have a foam roller, you have the long one, be sure your tail and your head is secure, and then relax. If you're using a short foam roller, be sure that it is between the shoulder blades and can still support your head. Now, your low back might be stressed, so you might have to lift your butt off of the floor using your legs. Nonetheless, you'll still get the benefit of this chest expansion. It's time to roll off. I'm coming off the roller onto the floor and immediately putting my head down. Your head is so much more valuable than the foam roller, so be sure to relax and release your neck and show some love to your neck as you turn your head from side to side. I'm going to just kick it one time. Arrive. I'm seated. Moving the foam roller now to the front end of my mat so that we can work a little bit more on strengthening the spine muscles, which will ultimately help you to improve your posture. As I come onto all fours, I'm on hands, and knees, but mostly forearms on the roller. We'll be doing a cat back stretch, but not inviting the cow. Just cat and flat. Here's cat back, and flat. And one more, strongly and severely, and return to flat. Now you may have to make some adjustments as I'm showing you now. Your forearms have to be placed optimally on the foam roller. Pushing the roller back and forth, you're shrugging and unshrugging the shoulders. Be sure that you include that action. Shrug your shoulders, unshrug your shoulders. This is your shoulder blades gliding up and down the back rib wall. I've also heard it called like an eraser on the chalkboard. Your twin erasers are gliding up and down the chalkboard of your rib cage back. Pause at a place where you can manage balance when you straighten one leg. Balance and alignment go hand in hand. So in order to show that you have proper and good balance, you must first show you've got good alignment. Straighten the opposite arm in front. My arm and my leg are straight. Return to hand, this is forearm, forearm, knee, knee, and second leg. Take your time and be sure that it's absolutely straight. Here come the arm, also very, very straight. And then come all the way down. You could always sit in child's pose. I'm doing my child's pose with my hip up very high. Holding my hips up very high and my arms straight. I'm doing a little bit of rocking forward and back. Rock and roll, coochie coo. Bring the foam roller now down so that it is approximately across the crease of your hips. Come all the way down so that the crease of your hips are right on top of the roller. Stay on your forearms. Avoid sinking and lifting. Gather your legs so they're parallel with some magnetism in the inner thighs. Float one leg, lift and lower. Same leg, lift and lower. Again, lift and lower. Twice more, use the deep butt muscles connected to the low back. Here's the last one. Hold it up and give it a double kick, kick to your bum. Kick, kick, and straighten. Kick, kick, straighten, and kick, kick, straighten, and all the way down. Here's the second leg. Now, the second leg is lifting, and you can concentrate on the leg that's down. There should be energy, and the knee is straight. Here is lift and lower. Again, lift and lower, strengthening the low back, the bottom of your spine. Hold it in the high position, keep your bum tight, and 2 kick, kicks, and straighten. Here is kick, kick, and straighten. Last time, kick, kick, and straighten. Now, when you crawl back, you can sit in your child's pose momentarily. Moving ahead, my foam roller will come all the way to the front. Lie flat on your stomach. This time, feel free to open your legs about as wide as the mat. No need to go any wider. Place your forearms across the roller and do the best you can. Some people who are very stiff in the back are having very difficult times with lifting the chest. So take a look. If you're one of those who feels stuck, know that the action is small and controlled. Try not to do it fast. You're not Jack in the Box. Don't pop up. Use the strength of your shoulders and arms. Pull the roller toward you. Pull the roller toward you. You might begin with your thumbs pointing down. Pull until palms turn up. All the while, maintain your shoulders down away from your ears. Down and back. Down and back, or sometimes people say down the back. Shoulder blades are down the back. Here's the last one. Bring your arms in a little narrower on the last one. Arrive at the top and stay for a moment. I'm not going anywhere, but trying to lift one arm. Just lift and lower, other arm, lift and lower, and come all the way down. We did that exercise as a spine strengthener, spine mobility, and also to test your stability when you raised your arm. Woo, that was a full package right there. The next exercise for spine strengthening and spine mobility, it's easy. It's thread the needle. And if you want to do thread the needle with the foam roller, it is beside you. Plant your stationary hand, the supporting hand, and move closer to the roller. That's what I did. Push the roller away. You'll land on your head. Now, if you find this to be too severe, it could be just too much. This is too much. Well, then move the roller away. So here is thread the needle with arm up option. Sometimes people keep their hand on the floor option. You decide what's best for you. Your spine is in a trunk rotation. Try not to lift your knee, right? Keep those knees down. All right, I'm coming up. For the sake of the camera and the audience view, I am turned to the other side. Plant your stationary arm, thread your needle, land softly on the side of your head, and then think about, oh golly, oh golly. So your choice, arm up, jazz hands, or push into the floor. Ugh, I forgot to breathe. Breathe, 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 and then come on up. Again, for the sake of minimizing transition time, now I'm bringing the foam roller, oh, it's such an odd angle. Can't describe it, but it's at an angle. I am placing my armpit shoulder blades on the roller and maneuvering the roller back and forth. Now, this might take a little bit of finesse and some adjusting, and you might do better lifting the hip and using your legs to bring you back and forth. Do what you need to do to get some massaging effect near the armpit. Then, knees down on one side, roll back. Oh, good gracious. I am returning forward to repeat the exercise, but I am a little more forward on my roller. Opening a good book, your arms are straight and flat like the hardcover of a good book. Are you rereading The Great Gatsby? Oh, brother. Okay, open, and here's trunk rotation. Well, I can't stay here very long because my head is so heavy. Boom. I'm on the other side. I am noticing a strange spot on my floor there. All right, so I've got it at a weird angle, and I got my shoulder blade armpit. Oh, God, this side is sore. Oof. Feel free to massage, roll back and forth. Oof. You can roll forward and back. Oh, man. Forward and back. I wasn't supposed to yell on the video. I'm using my legs to push me forward and back. My hips are not on the floor. Whew. I will stop eventually. Ooh, there it is. Man, I found a sweet spot. I am going to close the legs and open the arm all the way back as far as I can go. Ooh, and when I return, I'm going to strategize how I can go a little further. So this is my second attempt, and I want to go a little bit further back. Oh yeah, holy mackerel. And so the last one, usually the best one, because now you know what to expect and you know how to push a little bit harder. Oh, boom. Come on up. The last exercise, the foam roller is behind me. Again, this will take strong wrists and strong hands. If you're not interested in using the foam roller, then you can put your hands on the floor. Using the Pilates exercise reverse plank, straighten out your legs. You will be on your heels and on your hands. Get ready, inhale. On your exhale, using the power of your arms and those shoulder blades that you just massaged and you mobilized, you can really access the deep muscles here of your butt and back, the spinal column, the multifidi, the erector spinae, yada yada. Inhale. And then come all the way down. Come forward for a brief stretch. Stretch. Come backward to sit up straight. And then simply repeat the same exercise for the last time. Be sure your hands are planted, but remember you're at risk of falling. So if you have weak wrists, you should be on the floor. Inhale. As you exhale, push firmly through your hands, and then press heavily through your heels. Activate your deep buttock muscles. Make sure the legs are not splitting open. Continue and exaggerate the lift by squeezing your shoulder blades together. Inhale and make your way down. Soften the landing, but keep your awareness heightened. Are you still sitting up straight? Long arms and long legs. Start nodding your head down, diving down in toward your thighs. Reach forward, keeping your abdominals drilling back. Come backward and stack up. Now, it's too bad that I can't lean against a wall, and I also can't be there to help you, but if your foam roller could literally stand on its own, Your goal, oh, my hair is going to knock it over. Your goal, your objective, let me see if I can demonstrate. The back of my head, the back at my shoulder blades, and my low back, boom, are against the roller. And I'll prove that. This is the position from which to begin. Nod your head, scoop your abdominals, go, 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 go. Come back and be aware of your imaginary wall onto which you stacked up. Now, I shouldn't have to hold the roller, but my hair was going to knock it back. Trust me that I am doing it right. Head peeling off the roller, reach, begin to come back. Be aware of where your imaginary wall would be and stack up. I actually did pretty good there. All right, so I'm going to put it down because it tends to make a loud noise. This will conclude your class. Let's do a great big lungful of air. Type inhale and then blow it all out. Hopefully you feel mobility through your arms and shoulder blades, lifting, lowering, closing, and opening the chest, as well as mobility through your rib cage, as we did a lot of twisting and spine extension and bending sideways. Hopefully you'll join me again. It's Vivian signing off. Thank you for coming. Bye.